reason for bringing this group together was to provide a service to Redwood County, or a service that we could provide to the citizens of Redwood County, and also as a way to help initiate the need for better broadband in Redwood County, and then also to save the citizens from having to drive all the way across the county to get some of that public information and maps, and make it available in the comfort of their homes. Community goals for this, the GIS to the public can be used in addressing the projects identified and prioritized in the February meeting, the Redwood Broadband Community Vision meeting. Some of the goals that this project was classified under was educating the public about broadband, access to more online resources, better use of existing fiber, business use of technology, and to improve the ag technology for farmers. In the planning and planning process of this, some of the findings and surprises from the research standpoint, just looking at different vendors. GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems, and there are a lot of different vendors out there, and a lot of them offer different things. So it took a lot of sifting through different vendors and figure out which one would work best for Redwood County. Getting approval for this project. GIS is kind of a new thing. It's been around for years, but people are finally seeing the benefit of GIS. So being able to inform people of what this can do for them and how it will help them in their day-to-day workflows to make them more efficient and effective was kind of a difficult thing to do when you're talking to a diverse group of people that don't necessarily like change. They have their ways of doing things, but I just thought this would be a good way to make their workflows more efficient and effective. The implementation stage of this project, I didn't realize how much went into fine-tuning an interactive website and this mapping product. So that was kind of a surprise for me. And then publicizing this was one of the surprising things that I found out was that we went live with this on July 15th, and by Monday we already had subscribers to the website. And I'll go into that a little bit more in detail here in a minute. But our main project goal was to successfully provide GIS information to the public via the internet and via smart devices by creating an interactive GIS map and the ability for the public to gain access to the data from their own devices. Some of our best outcomes was obviously the site is up and running and people are using it. The thorough research that went into it, and then also being able to see how people are using it, who's using it, and how they are using it. And then just creating good relationships and interaction with key stakeholders, whether that's the Blandon Foundation, Redwood County, the citizens, etc. And the most fun that I found with this was just getting to use the site and helping others learn how to use the site to make their day-to-day workflow more efficient and effective. So right now I want to go into the site and show you, give you kind of a run through of what this site is all about. So what we have here is an interactive mapping site which consists of layers, which I will open up here and show you all of the features that are contained within So as you see me expanding some of these are all of the features that are contained within the mapping site. So you can tell there is a lot of minor components that make this a big thing.
Here, could you open, I'm especially curious because this was talked about, I know, at the front end, and it was kind of a big deal at the time, the DNR buffer map. So one of those maps under there.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we had done was we took the information from the DNR, and I kind of symbolized it so that individuals can understand what's going on. But I will zoom into an area here. Okay, so you see the different lines here. Whoops. So the different lines here represent water courses, lakes, reservoirs, and wetlands. Now, to understand what those lines actually mean, we will scroll up to the legend here, and it will show us that the green dashed lines are the 16.5-foot buffers that farmers are going to need to put on their ditch systems, 50-foot buffers, and there are still some within our county that need field review that are still under consideration. The lakes, reservoirs, and wetlands, they're going to also have the 50-foot buffer. So we can see that this green dash line here, that'll be the 16.5. The blue will be the 50.5-foot buffer, and then we can see we have lake, reservoir, wetlands here that is going to require a buffer as well. So this is just one thing out of many that people might be able to utilize this for. Another